Hello, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, I've changed the camera angle. We're on sort of a corner edge, I'd say. Yeah. Basically, I'm making this video, and as you can tell, it's not a history video. From the title, this is an anniversary video. It has been a year since I finished making my short film, so the Athenian Cipher is now 1 year old. Makes me feel old. It was my final project that I did in college. It got me my distinction star, but I'm making this video to talk about what went on behind the scenes to help those that are doing media in their own college or wherever, if they're struggling themselves to come up with ideas. This, I hope, will help, because yes, although I do love history, I also do love film. I did media at college. I did really enjoy it. I did well on a lot of my projects, even though there's some that still annoy me, especially my music video if you have seen it. But other than that, my short film I did absolutely love. It put two of my favourite things together, history and film. So two of my favourite things were put together. So now I will be discussing about, it's an anniversary special, we'll be going through what happened behind the scenes. At the end I'll give some advice to those that are wanting to make a short film. And there might, of course, there'll be a bit of history mentioned. It's about history while trying to keep it modern and up to date. So there will be a bit of a talk about history. Don't worry too much about what I'm going to mention. Again, like I mentioned, I think it was in the Battle of Thermopylae video at the end of it, I've got an order of how I'm running. So it'll probably be about next month. Second week of May, I think I'll be hopefully talking about it then. Depends if I'm doing the 2 videos a week I do. But we'll wait and see in the future, and I'll keep you all updated. But now we're going to jump straight into it. In January of 2025, I was given the brief for what we had to mention in the short film. So no matter what college or uni or whatever you go and you're studying media, there'll always be a brief that's set that basically will help you like get marked. So I've got it up on my phone, what I had for my premise of my short film, because I lost the PowerPoint, which is fun, but I managed to get a few screenshots. I put them on my TikTok page. Please do also give us a follow. It's basically the same name as the channel, and it's the same profile pic as well, so if you can't find it, the profile pic's there. It's the same one. So basically, my short film premise was that a group of college students stumble upon a forgotten ancient Greek text hidden within the college library. As they start to decipher away at the text, they start to realize that the ancient text is pointing them towards an ancient artifact from around the times of the GPW, the Great Peloponnesian War, that belonged to the legendary general Alcibiades. However, they are not alone in the search for this artifact, when a mysterious figure with their student henchmen are also following these students in search of the artifact. So, as you can tell, it sort of sounds familiar. A lot of my inspiration for this premise came from the likes of the Da Vinci Code, Tomb Raider, National Treasure, and of course, Indiana Jones. Some of my favourite films, some of the films that I like, really, really like, so that's where I got my inspiration from. Other than that, after I'd gone through that, I then got cracking on writing my script. Script writing is not easy. If you do struggle with script writing, that is completely normal. It's one of the hardest things in the world to master. Mainly because there's like a specific way. You've got to let it flow really well, because if you're talking about something in one scene and then that completely changes in the next, it sort of ruins your flow when it comes to actually filming it. So you just want to try and let it flow smoothly and try not make it sound too robotic when you're writing a script, because you want to make it sound as human as possible. So best way to do it, just bear with me, best way to do it, whoever you've got acting, hopefully it's someone you know quite well. So for me, it was some of my mates, because I knew them well. I knew what would run smoothly for the way they talked, but I also got them to help me write the script in a way, because I was like, would you say that? If they wouldn't say that, and ask them, what would you say instead? And it really helps with script writing because, like I said, it's not the easiest thing in the world, and doing it by yourself as a project is not easy alone. So try and get that help and support from your actors because you want it to make it sound as human as possible. But other than that, so that's for the script. It took me a while, 3 edits it took me, so it just says it all about script writing. But when we got to filming, on the first day of filming, everything went awful. I got the shots, I was happy with them, and then on the next day, there was no footage. Well, there was footage, but there was no audio. So make sure when you're filming, guys, just check your audio is working, so do an audio check. Because I didn't, and I lost about 2 hours worth of footage. It was so fun that day, and then breaking it to my actors and saying, guys, we're going to have to refilm this, and they're just like, it's fine, they understand. Thankfully they did. But other than that, afterwards I filmed most of it in my college. Got permission to use the library, so being brave as well. If you want to film in your library, just ask them, because about 50, it's like a 50-50 chance. They're going to say yeah, they're going to say no. It was difficult for me because it was during exam season, and exams were around the corner, so the students were in there revising, getting ready for exams. But they were lucky, they were really lovely. They said they gave me a time of when I could go in and film, so I had like a little short time period to film. So thankfully they were really lovely. But if you're wanting to film somewhere where you're worried you're not going to be able to get permission, it doesn't hurt asking. Just ask, because there's a 50-50 chance they're going to say yes or no. Other than that, after that, I moved on to filming outdoors. So I filmed in a park near my college. Probably the funnest part of the project, I think. Mainly because it was chaotic. Behind the scenes, it was very chaotic. We had a lot of fun, me and my actors. We had so much fun. Messed around for a bit. I did get it all on record, so yeah, I did make a blooper reel. I've sent them it, so it was a really fun day of filming that. It was probably the best part of it, because it was like the final bits of the project that I needed for my short film. But that's another thing. Have fun in your short film, you know. I know it's meant to be serious. I know you want to get it done and make it perfect. But make memories while doing it. If you're making a short film, have memories, make memories, have fun. You know, you don't want it to feel like it's a chore. You want to make it feel like it's fun. You want to enjoy it. You don't want to hate it. Otherwise it'll just ruin the way your short film goes. Other than that, when it came to editing, I went through, I think it was 5 edits. It was a long time editing that. 5 edits. Mainly because I had to change a few things around, a few clips. Some clips worked better in other areas, some clips didn't. But then eventually, after the 5th edit it was fine. Another thing as well is sound. A lot of the music I used, of course, was from big artists, so Alessia Cara, Gustav Holst. So, no, it's making sure you've got the right choice of music. So whatever genre you go with, and you're wanting to have background music or sound, try and think of things that will work. So for me, for the library scene, I wanted it to feel mysterious and a bit scary, or something is going to happen. So I used Neptune the Mystic by Gustav Holst. I know a lot of people aren't fond of classical music, but if you're making a short film, make classical music your friend. Classical music is so good at telling stories without using, what's it called again? Lyrics. it can help portray stories, and if you're not having too much written or spoken text in your script during them scenes, sometimes classical music can tell the story for you. So if you're not a big fan of it, make it your friend, basically. And then with Alessia Cara, I decided to use her song because I wanted to make the ending a bit more upbeat. You know, you've had the biggest twist of the plot. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but if you have seen it, you'll know what the twist was. So, no, I wanted to make it a bit more upbeat towards the end, and I think it worked quite well. Other than that, that was all my filming, editing. It was a really fun project, and I don't regret any of my choices. I think I made a good choice doing the history, doing something that I love, something that I don't hate, because that's the only way you're going to enjoy it. If you're doing media now, or you're wanting to make a short film and you don't know where to start, use things that you love now, and it'll help you so much more with making a short film, because I know every director, every media teacher or film teacher will say, do horror, because horror is the easiest, which I completely agree with. But if you want to be unique and make something that is to yourself, do something you enjoy. Use the themes that you love to create a short film. Now, I'm not saying go make a musical, because a musical film is difficult, especially because you've got to write lyrics. But if you love, let's say, geography, use geography. There's films out there like Journey to the Center of the Earth, you know. It's about geography in a way. Yeah, it's got a bit of history, but it's about geography. If you love science, you know, there's so many films out there about zombie films. Even though it's a horror, it's got science in it, if you know what I mean. So just use things that you love if you wanted to make a short film. Another thing is have good actors that you know will fit the roles well. For me, I was very lucky. I had friends that just suited the roles. I could just look at them and I'd go, yeah, you're going to play them. You suit that role. So just find them actors that, you know, will suit that role. When it comes to editing and putting everything together as well, keep it as simple as you can. You don't want to over-the-top edit it, because sometimes over-the-top editing can just make it not look like a film anymore. It just makes it look, if you know what I mean. It'll take you out of what the story, you want to be in that story. Too much editing can make you go, this is just, So just try and keep it simple. Same with when you're filming, don't go over the top. Don't try and make big props or sets. Just use what's around you. I use my college, I use parks, I use nature, you know. Even use your bedroom or your house, you know. Just use things like places you know, and it'll help you so much better. And it'll keep it as simple, because again, you don't want to stress yourself with being over the top. And what else, advice-wise, can I give? Oh, that's a good one. Costume design. When it comes to doing costume, try and make sure, if you're filming over multiple days but you're wanting to show a change of day, make sure they're wearing different clothes from the same day. So what I would recommend is take a picture of what they were wearing on the day of the filming, and if you're wanting to make it see like the day's changed, so they don't wear the same thing, once to send them the photo of what they've wore that day, so then they don't wear the same thing again. And that's about it, all I can give. There might be another video later on about the anniversary. But other than that, all I can say is please go watch it. It's its anniversary, and wish it a happy anniversary. Like I said, I will eventually do a video on the Battle of Artemisia. I did promise you I would. I've been off, and I've only just got back, so I'm just getting back into things again, so I thought I would get back into it with doing a video on the anniversary of my short film. But no, please do go watch it. Wish it a happy anniversary. I will hopefully have the video on Artemisian up soon. If you want any more advice on making a short film, just drop a comment. I'll reply to it straight away. If you're struggling on where to start, or you need help, or if you want me to do a video on making short films, where to start, how to get ideas, I can happily do a video on that, because we need more creatives in the world. We need more short films, we need more TV series, we need more of the arts out in the world, especially in today's society. But no, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't a history one, it was more of an anniversary video. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!